you would like to defend your country, there is only one single regulation. If you don't follow that, you will fail. The simple regulation is nobody can step into the territory of the country without getting a permission. You have to wait outside. The migration issue is so complicated. Legally, it's very simple. To cross the border line without a permission is a crime. Full point. It's over. The problem is that migration is a concept of changing the society as such. It's a kind of replacement of the original native-born voters with somebody else. And this is, without being involved into any conspiracy theory, this is a well-detailed plan of the left.
The European left has pushed for a demographic transformation through large-scale migration, placing unprecedented strain on economic and social systems across the continent.
On the Pact on Migration and Asylum, we are making progress, and I'm optimistic.
In many EU countries, generous welfare benefits, free accommodation, and slow or ineffective integration policies have attracted significant inflow.
On immigration, you better get your act together, or you're not going to have Europe anymore. You got to get your act together. And we, as you know, last month we had nobody entering our country, nobody. And you got to stop this horrible invasion that's happening to Europe, many countries in Europe. Some people, some leaders have not let it happen. And they're not getting the proper credit they should. I could name them to you right now, but I'm not going to embarrass the other ones.
The last 150 years of the European politics, it's about a competition of two tribes. One is those who think that we should stay in the traditional frame and value system of Europe as it was. Nation, freedom, Christianity, that's all. So whatever we have, the program on economy, whatever, but this is the frame. But there's another tradition in the European politics, that's the left, to change it. To step over the nation, the family, the Christianity, all that kind of things. And we would like to create a new society. And these two big powers are competing each other in the last 150 years in Europe. One called Christian, the other one is, let's say, progressive. Yeah. But now getting the newcomers, and they are not Christians at all, they're basically Muslims. So the left think that these guys will never vote for the right, for the Christians, never. So it means that instead of continuing that kind of competition, which was basically not bad for Europe anyway, right and left and so on, now they involve new voters which totally change that kind of structure. It's over. So accepting that culture, the Christians and the right cannot vote anymore again, because of the high number of migrants who got the citizenship, then family unification. The number is growing, and they will never vote for the right. To where they will vote, that's a question. To the left, or they will create their own party. That's the biggest question of the future, but definitely not voting for the right. So this is what's going on. It's a plan.
Far too many of these arrivals show no interest in working and contributing to society or respecting the culture of the countries that have taken them in. Instead, they live off state support, seeing Europe as a provider of free accommodation, rather than a community to belong to, while at the same time trying to change our culture, customs, and religion into theirs, by showing little respect for the traditions and values of their host nations.
But we arrived to a point when it became obvious for them that now it's dangerous.
We are ready, if necessary, to accelerate the implementation of the Pact for Migration and Asylum. One of the main discussion points was a common approach to returns. Today, we see that all those who have no right to stay in the European Union, only 20% of those who have a return decision really are returned to their countries of origin. So we're working to improve this operational work.
Probably it's a good concept in their mind for long term, but day by day, because of the crime rate is going, because terrorist attacks are growing, and the anxiety of the society against this whole thing is growing, the people feel more and more alien themselves in their own country, So it's a political factor even for the left. If I understand correctly, the migrants will occupy basically the urban areas. the major cities. That's first. Second, spiritually, they are stronger than the urban original inhabitants. I think the European Union will change its mind on migration quite soon. I have various and many impressions collecting at meetings recently in the last 6 months. Prior to the Prime Minister Summit of European Union, we regularly have a meeting of anti-migration countries, and they are getting more and more nervous. And they are requesting more and more radically change of the policy of Brussels on that. I try to educate them and to say, guys, this is not helpful. But they do it, they press, and some good regulations are coming out. But basically, they cannot, it's not a, this move is not a game changer. The game changer is only what I say, rebellion. Rebellion. Rebel against the European regulation. Hungary is doing that. So what is the law now in the European Union is totally against what we are doing here. So I have to pay every day, 1 million euro as a fine, as a punishment, because I don't follow the pro-migration policy of the Commission. So that's going on, but it's a simple rebellion. And that's my suggestion to everybody. Rebellion. Reform will not help. Even they will accept certain push coming from the prime ministers, but they will never change dramatically the structure what we need.
What we are witnessing is not just decline, it is a replacement. A silent replacement of our people, our culture, our way of life. We see it all across the continent. In cities we no longer recognize, in neighborhoods where women no longer feel safe, in schools where children are taught to forget who they are. This is not compassion, it is the organized demolition of European civilization. Let's be clear, illegal immigrants are not undocumented or misunderstood. They are exactly what the law defined them as, illegal invaders. They have no right to remain. They must be deported immediately, in large numbers, without apologies. We need closed borders, not invitations, detention centers in uninhabited islands, not luxury hotels. Europe is not the promised land, and we are not here to be replaced. Our own money, the money of European families, is being diverted from our schools, our hospitals, our children, and handed over to NGOs that support illegal migration. They call it humanitarian aid. We call it betrayal. No country should apologize for wanting to survive. No citizen should tolerate having their religion vandalized or being forced to accept Sharia. This is Europe, and those who want to reign of Islam should return to their countries. Those who want to wear the veil can wear it in their own lands. In Europe, the heartbeat of Christianity is the loudest and the strongest. And in Europe, we need more Orbáns and fewer Macrons and Mitsotakides.